It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I want to just point out and make an observation that I noticed, because you guys know I look at the boxing rankings like every single day. So if there's any movement in these rankings, I will notice. I will notice movement in the rankings. That's for damn sure. And one thing I noticed, it was like, I'm going to say a couple of weeks ago when I was looking at the welterweight rankings, one thing I had noticed was that Adrien Broner somehow snuck his way into the top 15. Like about 2 weeks ago, he was like number 15 in the WBC welterweight rankings. So last night, I was going ahead and I was looking at the rankings again, and I noticed that magically Adrien Broner moved up from 15 to 12. Now, Adrien Broner hasn't fought. He hasn't fought since last June when he fought the lawyer, Bill Hutchinson. So he hasn't done anything to necessarily do that, but he's 12. He's just above him at 11 as Jin Tazaki, just below him at 13 as Roman Villa, and fighters like that. And this all ties into something I wanted to talk about, right? Because recently, Devin Haney and Bill Haney and Broner, they've been going back and forth on Twitter. And Broner recently called out Devin Haney on Twitter, and here's what Broner said, because he feels like Bill Haney was kind of disrespecting him recently. And he said, look, Bill Haney, if you want to get your son Devin fucked up, send the contract. I ain't never ran from no man in boxing. Why would I run from your son when he can't punch himself out of a wet paper bag? Stop all the cap, because I'm with the shit and I want all the smoke. Show me the dotted line, end quote. So really interesting, right? Now, I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. Many years ago, in my younger years, when Broner was a bigger name in boxing, like back when he was fighting my boy Adrian Granados, I was a little bit of a Broner hater, because I feel like boxing and the powers that be, they were trying to create something. Like he was a fantastically talented fighter, in terms of athleticism, but I thought they were so desperate to create a star out of him, which he was. He had star appeal, right? He knew how to tug on the heartstrings and generate emotions out of people, which if you can do in boxing, you're a star, right? He was polarizing. That's the word I'm looking for. He was polarizing. But in doing that, I think they put him in some fights against, for vacant titles against smaller opposition that, he took advantage of, and he was a 4-division champion, and he did beat some good fighters, and he did have some great performances like the one against Antonio DeMarco. But once he lost, I think there was so much coddling of Adrien Broner after the loss to Maidana, and they enabled Broner time and time again. And look, I love the guy. Like I met him twice, but I really had a chance to really talk to him at the WBA convention. I love Adrien Broner. I hope if he continues to box, I hope he win at least one more big fight before his career is over. Just so I could root for him and enjoy a victory of his, type thing. But I'm gonna say it like this: Adrien Broner has a lot of issues outside the ring, and he's got a lot of vices he's dealing with. And the only way he should be getting any big fight is if he's fully, and I hate saying it because everybody says this, but like if he's fully dedicated to boxing. But the reality is this: Broner. I mean, I don't know how old is Broner now. Broner. I know Broner is not no spring chicken. How old is Broner, like as far as his age? He's 34 years old, and when you factor in that Adrien Broner has a long history of, not living the life of a fighter, partying, drinking, procreating with many different women, and having all these different baby mamas, all the stress that can bring on a fighter. He's older than 34. He's older than 34. So it could be one of those things where I think boxing has passed him by. Now, ultimately, I'm not the judge of that. Only he can decide that. But bringing that back to Devin Haney, the way I'm seeing Broner move up in the WBC rankings, I don't even think it would be far-fetched if he fought Devin Haney, honestly, because I'm looking at it right now, right? He's 12, okay? Devin Haney was talking about fighting Mario Barrios, but now Mario Barrios has magically disappeared from the WBC rankings and the WBA rankings and the IBF rankings and the WBO rankings. He's not ranked nowhere at 47, Mario Barrios, in the top 15. So Barrios ain't there no more, who Devin was going to fight. Broner's magically moving up the weight classes, or the spot, the rankings, I should say. So whether it's against Devin or someone else, I think Broner, before his career is done, and you can bookmark this video if you want. I think Broner, but before his career is said and done, I don't know if it'll be against Devin. I don't know if it'll be against someone else with a big name, but I think he will wind up getting a big fight. He will wind up getting some sort of notable fight to cash him out, because boxing doesn't care. And I'm talking about the industry. The industry doesn't care about these fighters. They just want to get, and they want to squeeze as much juice out of them as they possibly can. So my thing is, if Broner really has it in his heart to box, let's get one thing clear. He's never going to... I'm telling everybody right now, to anybody out there who's still delusional, that thinks that he can just magically recapture the form that he was in when he fought Antonio DeMarco, that guy is gone. That's never going to happen again. That guy was an athletic bastard, like he would call himself. And when you drink the way he drinks, when you live the life the way he's lived life, your athleticism takes a hit, and takes a hit quickly. So he's not going to be that guy, but could he still be an entertaining fighter, a guy that's in some good TV fights that's good for boxing? Could there be some redemptive qualities towards the end of the Adrien Broner story? I'd hope so. I would like to think there is, but we've heard so much when it comes to Broner. And look, it wouldn't surprise me if Devin Haney ever fought him, because that'd be a big fight. Like as much as the hardcore boxing community would shit on the fight and say, oh, why is Devin fighting AB, this, that, and the third, that would actually be a big event, because we know Broner has got that $1 million mouthpiece. He knows how to sell fights. He knows how to talk a good game. He's an accomplished fighter, 4-division champion. Devin Haney's, undisputed. He's 135, WBC champion at 140. He could, if Devin wants to move to 147, he's going to get automatically ranked by the WBC. And Broner's already ranked by the WBC. So I'm just letting you guys know. I'm bringing it to y'all attention. No matter how much OG Bill want to shoot it down, no matter how much they may downplay it, don't be surprised if something like this happens, because they're not going to fight Tio right away. That's not happening. They're not going to fight Sabrina Matias. There's no money in that fight. So this could be an alternative. And I would watch this space and watch it very closely. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if Don King can get Adrien Broner busy and active in the first 2 quarters of 2024. And if he can, I'm telling you, look, if it's not Devin, it'll be someone else. But one thing about AB, and I will give him credit for this, is Adrien Broner never ducked no smoke. People can say what they want. They can say he was overrated. They can say whatever they want about him. But he's one of them guys. I wish like Earl Spence and a lot of these guys had a quarter of his balls. Because this dude fought everyone. He fought Sean Porter. He fought, he moved up the weight classes to welterweight. He fought Maidana. He fought DeMarco. He fought some good fighters. So I'll never shit on him for the guys that he fought. He's a true warrior of the sport. I just wish that he would have managed himself better outside the ring. But listen, it's easier for me to say I'm not walking in his shoes and he ain't walking in mine. So God bless him, and I hope that Adrien Broner can, whether it's with Devin Haney or someone else, maybe a lesser fight, I hope he has that one last great performance in him, and then hangs the gloves up, because I do think with Adrien Broner, right, and I'll end on this note, on a positive note with Adrien Broner. We have a lot of mutual friends in boxing. I'll just say that about Adrien Broner, because he trains down here in South Florida. So like guys like Lawrence Newton, I know he's cool with. A lot of fighters. Adrien Broner has a heart for fighters. Adrien Broner, I think, because of the mistakes he's made in his career and in his life in boxing, he could actually be a valuable person to a lot of fighters, and he cares about fighters. And I've seen him like I know fighters who have lost fights personally, who I didn't even know that he knew, and he reaches out to them and he gives them encouragement. So he's not a bad guy. He's not everything you think he is. I like him. I love the guy, honestly, and I hope things do pan out for him. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Adrien Broner, Devin Haney, what do you guys make of that? Adrien Broner magically appeared in the WBC rankings at 15 about a couple weeks ago. Now all of a sudden he's just at 12. I'm gonna keep looking. I'm sure in a couple weeks he'll be moved up to 9 or 8 or 7. And if it does happen like that, I'll make a video about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.